Okay, so it is told that it is a very awaiting event of the day, and I'm hoping that I can make it lively for everybody. And if anybody is bored, please, I would request everybody to please wake up. We have real questions coming in for the real people whom I hope I can get some conclusion to on this topic. So I think we have already discussed the topic a lot and we know what the topic is. I don't want to restart it. I welcome all the dignitaries on the dais and I'm really thankful for giving me the opportunity to be able to moderate you all. Let's hope and let's go. I think I will start first with Captain Manivaram from IMU. Good evening, sir. So, my first question to you would be, maritime education is often criticized for not keeping pace with the industry requirements. Which areas of the current curriculum and training ecosystem requires the most urgent transformation to prepare cadets for the next generation of the shipping?
Good evening, one and all present here. I think to this question, the speakers have already answered.
Yeah, but I want to look forward for your answer.
The very risk challenges which involved to keep a pace with the industry is, as the speaker said, maybe the VR, virtual reality and augmented reality simulators, which may play a comparatively little cost for the installation, right? So those type of, because this is really a need to pace the seafarers to the 2030 MIV requirements as well as the Amrit Call mission 2047. So the training has to change for the MIV 2030 as well as 2047 by not only the hardware based training, we also transit over software based training.
So to say that one aspect that you see that needs to be changed completely will be from the hardware to the software. Am I right?
Yeah. Including the traditional seamanship training, we have to include the AI-based training, digitalization, as well as the green technologies. So all those to be incorporated along with the software-based training to the future Gen Z cadets.
Thank you. So now you see education creates talent. And in the industry are the people who have to take that talent into them. So over to Captain Vinay Gupta sir. My question would be, from ship owner's perspective, to today's maritime graduate possesses the competency required on board modern vessels. If not, what qualities distinguish a cadet who is truly industry ready and from one who is simply academically qualified?
Okay, good evening everybody. When we talk about competency, the competency is already given by the administration. What we need is more than that. We need the students to be more resilient towards the changing environments, the new system that is coming around, the technology, the developments, the technology on the ships is continuously changing and evolving. So that is where we need these cadets to be more focused on the changing environments. Thank you.
So if you are like taking two cadets, they have the same competency and they have the same marks in their education in the MTI. What is that one thing that you will still try to find while you interview them or then what is the difference that you want to see in that one between those two?
The first thing I would look at is the attitude. the willingness to learn. That shows the difference between the two people. It's all about that.
Okay. Audience, do you really agree to this? Can I see some hands raised if what he says is only the attitude that matters, or do you really think there's anything more than that? Can I see some hands there?
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
Captain,
Do you agree to it? Yes or no?
We had an example just now where Sir has come from a rural background. Can you imagine him being pitted against somebody who's from an urban background? It is possible that the person from the rural background has not yet got his eyes opened. He needs to be taught. He needs to be shown the way. This is the problem we are having today with our PSL. That is why you don't have retention. When you don't treat your boys properly, saying, why go so far? All the companies, I have trained pumpmen, I have given them money, they have gone to UK, cleared second match exam and come back. They are being told you are from crew background. This is not right. I think.
So, but then, don't you agree that finally, when the owner or a recruiter wants to recruit a seafarer, he will definitely look at the attitude of a person, whether he's coming
Yes,
from
I
a
agree.
background.
But that does not mean that every person has got a strong spot. You need to identify that strong spot and tap in there and make sure.
So every owner in RPSL will also need a different strong spot from his perspective.
Absolutely.
Okay. It seems that we are just beginning to have a healthy conversation. Okay. I would now go to Captain Ravi.
one second, if you allow Captain Ranganathan.
See, I am an examiner for DG Shipping, conducting up to Master NCV, that is Chief Mate and all. I suppose with Sir, just now he has said, I am conducting almost over 2 to 3 days or maybe sometimes 5 days, all the days. I can see that the seafarers, those who have come from the workforce, that is from the bosun people, they are working hard. I again repeat, working hard to pass the examination. Whereas on the other side, you have got Gen Z students, beautifully, DMS and BSc and blah blah blah, big bloody colleges, big colleges, their knowledge is a big zero when basics are concerned. Whereas here, yes, they may be lagging some English. We don't bother about English, but we want the knowledge. For getting the competency, it is a certificate of competency. We don't require 90%, 95%. Are you competent enough to clear the examination? Where I am seeing that most of the, the lower level people, there's a rating background people are doing well and better than the cadets. I'm telling you about 75, 80%. I've got all the list in my laptop. All the list for the past 3 years. Or maybe 4 years.
And I also would say that it's
Allow
not
me
very
to
difficult for. Yeah.
I never said that we are not looking at people from rating background. I said it is about the attitude of and the willingness to learn. I fully agree with you, sir. Attitude matters, and the attitude is far better from a rating. I am also not a rating. I came from a cadet, but now I am feeling that the Gen Z students are thinking that just passed all the 6 papers of second mate written examination and coming for orals. When they talk itself, we can make out that their attitude is gone somewhere else. They've already been passed.
So even when they come to our office for an interview, we are looking at the same thing. That how much more can you contribute towards the system? And are you capable enough to join us and help us grow together? That's what I was trying to mean. Thank you.
Anyway, we cannot generalize this. There are people with good attitude in rating background. There are people with bad attitude in the regular officer like background.
Yeah, but the attitude would finally definitely matter. So I would agree to what Captain has said. Just one more point that you have talked about is the language English. I don't know, I somehow would want our people to learn the language instead of saying that it is not important, because when we are trading globally, and I try to tell this to my seafarers who go on my company's vessels is that you want to go and earn a foreign currency. What is the problem in learning a small foreign language? It is very important. Since you are going to go global, you are capable of learning it. If you have learned so many other things, you are capable of learning that. And when we want to increase the numbers, when we say that we want to increase the numbers globally, then global market is not just local language market. It has to be a foreign language market. So, and not just English. Even if you know one more foreign language, it will be even easier. Is what I believe. I may be wrong, but this is my belief.
But you're right, because we're sailing with multicultural, multinationals today. So they have to have
the language.
It will be an advantage to them.
Yes, it can only. I think we had this debate when we had a secretary from the ministry sitting there. He was asking that question specifically, that what is the reason why Philippines being first and English not being there? Indians not being reaching to their numbers, while the actual total capacity of the seafaring or the number of people or the population is not there. Is so much of a difference. So unanimously, we had so many recruitment companies there, even with the passenger vessels and all that. Everybody was talking, and one thing that definitely came out was language barrier. And how you project yourself in the foreign, it is very important how you present. If you see a Filipino officer or even a rating walking, you will feel that an officer is walking. What's the problem? We know our job. We should be confident. That needs to be built up from the MTIs, is what I wanted to pick up. I have taken a long time. I'm supposed to ask those questions. From Captain Lalit Kumar, a question for you, sir. If ship owners are looking for different caliber of talents, what role should RPSL play in bridging this gap? How should recruitment agency evolve from being placement facilitators to become long-term talent development partners?
Good evening to everyone here. Yeah, thanks for the question, Ms. Aishwarya. The uncomfortable truth is the RPSL has historically been recognized as a CV forwarding license holder, but that definition is obsolete now. Now the owners are looking for a risk mitigated officers. They're not just shopping for a warm body with license or ticket. So it is the responsibility of the RPSL company to invest in the concerned candidate's future. Whoever joins them as a second officer should be given a bright chance to become a master in 2034. So that is the trust that owners would place upon the RPSL. So for that, a lot of investment should take from the RPSL side as well. They should change the attitude from the placement clerk to become a curator. And they're also the middleman. They know what the industry is starving for, which competency the industry is looking for. They are the get the first-hand information from the ship owners. So that should be passed upon to the maritime training institutes on a live standard. So that particular skill should be upgraded, and that quantified candidate should only be trained so that there will not be no overloaded with the similar skills people with unemployment. So that's my take on this.
So, to summarize what you said, that it is not just the CE or the things, but it is also a mentorship for the seafarers that is important. And that is what the RPSL should do. Is it what you want to actually?
Yeah, one way you can put it that way. In the second way, they should give them, they should look after the seafarers, It's not like they should sell one contract, they should architect
Able to retain them.
the career for the next
Yeah.
10 years. That is
So like promotions and all that,
Yeah.
that is subject to obviously they perform, but at the same time, if you are able to mentor them and tell them how they can grow in their own, I think that is also a good. I think in that scenario, I would like to say that there is a software which is actually bringing up, processes while they are on board. Where they can log in to do that software, and then they can, in case of they don't know what the job and how to do, they can log into that and they can ask the questions, and it has been prepared by an institute. I wouldn't like to give the names right away there, but I think FSUI is getting an agreement signed with it, so that I just wanted to put across. Okay. So you know that.
Any comments on this from any RPSL on Captain Lalit's?
If anybody, please raise your hands.
Any RPSL people wanted to say anything on this?
No. Let's go ahead.
Okay.
So education, preparedness, talents, recruitment, connected talents, regulatory bindings, and confidence is what transition is required. I'll come to Mr. Dinesh Verma from MMD. Our main question is, we have heard the perspective of academic, industry, recruitment from the regulatory standpoints. What policy or regulatory reforms are most critical to better align these stakeholders and accelerate Indian progress towards Maritime Vision 2030 and Amritkal Vision 2047?
Good evening all. Thank you, Shreya. First of all, I would like to state that the word regulatory seems a little bit negative, So,
But we are being regulated.
yeah, but the government as well as DGMA is trying to focus on becoming more towards a facilitator or a enabler kind of approach. So, as you said about our vision, like 2030 and 2047 as well, this is a broad aspect. Which is our vision, government of India's vision, but it is not possible to achieve without a collaborative, approach of everyone.
Definitely.
There are certain other aspects as well during the course of attaining this goal, like external factors such as geopolitical issues and maybe many other technological interventions. These are the issues which we face. So it is not possible to walk alone in this path. So the main critical issue here is we have to follow, anyhow come out of these issues and be together, collaboration between the, what rightly said by my earlier speakers as well, like between the educators, employers and the authorities, which is us.
So you would rather see it as an authority than to be a regulator?
Yeah, authority, yes. It's an authority, of course, because as said by Mr. Said about the mangoes, right? See, one rotten mango can damage other mangoes, right? So when we notice that one mango is rotten, then it becomes our duty to check all the mangoes when you buy the next time, right, sir? So during that process, all the mangoes are getting scrutinized.
And that's okay.
Correct? So the good mangoes cannot complain. Why you are checking me? Right?
But at the same time, I was just only saying that you're doing checking all the mangoes is fine, but the mango which is ripe and all ready to do work, their timelines are also
Yeah, I
very
really understand that. We agree to that. But see, we cannot, there are good people, there are bad people as well. Okay? So it is difficult to, it's difficult to, identify. So there are some checkpoints which have to be avoided. I cannot, let go Aishwarya's company alone and catch some other company just because I feel that you are good. So that checkpoints minimum criteria has to be applied for everyone. See, as you can see, of late, DGP has been, issuing several guidelines, orders, circulars, and everything. So DGMA, sorry. That is because of the need basis. Now we identify one problem, peculiar issue. Then we have to address that issue by giving an executive order certain compliances which was not there 10 years ago has come into place right now. That is because of fraudulent activities maybe, or other activities which we never thought of having, because otherwise MS Act 1958 was in place, but several other orders, rules were in place, that is to control. That act only gives you a basic requirement of how the shipping should work in India. But over the course of period, we have several other rules and regulations continuously, because during the COVID, after the COVID as well, just to curb the exploitation of the seafarers. And as far as the critical issue which you told, for attaining Maritime India vision as well as Amrit Kaal, it's like shipbuilding in India, okay, and alternative fuels. The support which we give, and Government of India has promised for long-term financing and incentives for the Indian shipbuilders. These plays major impact in attaining these goals.
Thank you. Anybody?
Any questions on this?
No, I don't think so. Okay.
Good evening, sir. I gave a presentation. In that, I have mentioned that Singapore, they recommended formation of a hub, which I also feel is very much essential in our country also. The hub which they mentioned is include all stakeholders like classification society, recruiters, maritime institutions, shipping companies. So only when all these, not only the hub will have a front office desk. So anybody, even the candidate or can approach the front office desk, they will link them to the concerned people. This will bring a broader, unification. It will address tiny issues. That's what I feel. Because why I need to highlight this, here there is a lot of, they are depressed whenever somebody says going to orals for MMD. In India itself, different centers have different standards. Okay, in the end, it is the Government of India which is issuing COC. I myself know both the second classes I have done not less than 6 attempts. Okay, but doesn't mean I went down. But I appreciate the government that we wanted to have standards. But at the same time, there are people who go to the other countries. They easily pass out and they come. They are also working in not small companies, Chevron. Such companies, people going to UK, Singapore, they are also COC. Whereas the same person, he sits in India, he says, I have to waste my time. So we need to address this issue. Because just because one candidate says the wrong answer in a oral, because to come to that oral, he was on vacation maybe for a year, he underwent preparatory course. Just one sitting, whether he is passed, his career is different, when he is failed, it is different. That is why I mentioned there has to be a mentor protege scheme. He can advise the candidate, please go to MTI. These particular things you are wrong. Enhance your knowledge, come after 1 week, he can pass him. So this sort of attitude should change even from the examiners. Because I am just simply putting one question that 14 modules all candidate has to do. Are these examiners undergoing that course? I want to know from MMD.
Sir, I am not the concerned person. You are asking the question to the wrong person, basically. I am female welfare officer. I am from, administration background. So you are asking a technical question, basically. And coming to your other aspect which you told, like one wrong answer can defend. Yes, of course. You know the value of Indian COC and the difference between the value of Indian COC and Honto COC, right? That makes us stand out. That's the quality of Indian seafarers in the international forum. I think everyone will agree with me in these things, right? So the stringent norms, tough examinations, and better. Yeah, of course, if a seafarer, a candidate feels that he is wrong, it is his right to go to an MTI, get his value addition done, and come back to the orals next time. So, yeah, a collaborative approach could be there. It is a matter of, it to be debated and discussed at the highest level. But whether these people have gone through these modules or not, I am not really aware. So we'll get back on this, sir.
I would request this hub to recommend this.
I think we have already recommended, and what I know of, there are too many of forums which have been taken by DGMA every week. I am a part of such forums also. So I know that they are taking up, but at the same time, there is not enough. We can definitely have much more to do.
Sir, we have NSB, right? All of you are aware. And we have other MLC committee as well,
yeah.
wherein industry people are also there, some associations are there, union members are there. I think Manoj is also, you are also there, right? MLC committee? Okay. So there are few people, industry people are there. So you are welcome to give your suggestions, I just believe that there is always a scope of improvement, whether it be government or private stakeholder. So please.
Thanks.
Good evening, I am Captain Venkat Iyer. This question is directed to the MMD Seafarers Welfare Officer, and this is about welfare. We are getting a workforce ready for 2030, 2047. What are the social security measures the DG Shipping is going to keep in place when the working population ages and comes ashore not able to work anymore in the ships? Because it cannot come up overnight. You have to build it. What is the action taken by DG Shipping towards that goal?
Are you specifically talking about the seafarers disabled on board or otherwise?
On board, the insurance company takes care of it, the owners take care of it,
Correct.
DG Shipping doesn't come into the picture.
Yes.
I am asking about the retired seafarers who are no longer sailing. What is the social security measures you are envisaging as an administrator for the future? Seafarers includes their families, please remember that.
So there is an organization called SWFS, Human Welfare Fund Society. So there are certain schemes available there.
Give specific answers. 1958 Act promised hospitals for the crew members, that is seafarers. I'm not talking again about sailing seafarers. I'm talking about the seafarers who are ashore, people like us. We are not sailing. What is the infrastructure you have created in the last 60 years for the seafarers? And what is your future plan for the maritime workforce you want to create for 2030 and 2047? What is the plan? What is the estimate? What is the budget? What is the course of action you are taking from the DGMA, from Seafarers Welfare Officer? Because this comes under welfare. You asked me that the technical questions the gentleman asked, you are not able to answer. I am asking you a welfare question. Kindly elaborate.
Sir, this SWFS is for the seafarers. So that's what I am repeating again. There are certain schemes available for the retired seafarers as well. In case.
No, don't talk about maternity leave.
So I would like to just intervene, sir. I understand.
The medical facility for the seafarers and hospitals which are there in 1958 Act. Where is that?
Thank you, sir. I think I'll just intervene. I think we will take that answers from him definitely, and we'll come back to you on it.
So you don't want to answer, General. Very good.
I don't think that we have any particular answer on this as of now,
You are
sir.
not allowing the officer sitting there to answer.
It's not like that. I'm not sure if he has the answers right
Open the
now.
forum for questions. When I ask a specific question,
Okay, sir.
sir, you want to skip it.
Sir, with due respect, sir, let me answer actually.
Not like that, sir. You already answered.
Sir, I told you there is always a scope of improvement, right? So right now there is no specific hospital facility or something for the seafarers. It's not defined. Practically it is not there. Earlier I was aware that there used to be a separate ward for the seafarers in JJ Hospital in Mumbai. But as of now, how far it is operational or not, I am not aware. Sir, you are free to give your suggestions.
So we have given the suggestion, it comes as a post office work from PMO's office and probably on somebody's table in DG Shipping for the past 5 years. I will ask you another question. What is the revenue or the share you have received from the Seafarers Welfare Fund collected internationally by people from ITF or from the unions? What have you done with that money? Where is the share for all the seafarers? Who is collecting it? 3,50,000 seafarers are sailing on board vessels. Do you know what is air funding? Can you tell me what is air funding? Please explain what is air funding. This is for welfare again, not technical. What is air funding?
Sir, the Government of India is not a party to the funds collected as welfare organizations. So SWFS is there and individual unions are collecting. That is also government is not a party to that. It is the social security aspect funded by ITF and other unions, ITF affiliated unions. So we are not a party to all those things.
No.
Okay.
This is funded by the owners. Only for the
I think, sir, we are going to an endless debate.
This is not union fund.
Sir, we are going to an endless debate here. Can I?
For all the seafarers.
Captain Venkat's point is well taken, and probably this will be taken up by IMF and FSO in times to come, sir.
IMF will definitely take.
Manoj Yadav sahab to answer me also.
We are fighting from the morning onwards, sir.
So you
Both are fighting from the morning onwards on the group, don't worry. So, I am totally agree, Captain Venkat. Thank you for coming first thing. As we all knew, it's again question of policy. We are continuously raising our concern for the ratification of ILO 71, ILO Convention 71. That's called the pension to the seafarers. Till now, it is quite unfortunate that we haven't reached to that level, as the government tried to cover up that it is a part of MLC 2006 in the name of social security. That is not specific, whether it is a pension, social security start from the SWFS to SPFO. So SPFO is looking with the intervention to having some sort of connection with the LIC to start the pension. That's a long story that you are also aware. Until unless we will not manage to get the rules incorporated or rules framed, nothing is going to help out. If you remember, 2 or 3 years before, correct me, sir, if I am wrong, seafarers used to get MEMA. How much rupees? Monthly ex gratia 500 rupees. 500 rupees. What you will get in 500 rupees? Ultimately, that's also got stopped. And though what is saying, SWFS is not a statutory body, that I know very well. And there are so many lacuna, loopholes, lots of funds are missing, and nobody can deny the siphoning of more than 97.28 crores from the SPFO. Long back. The people who are, just give me a minute. So what my concept is, we are asking question, that's your rights, take it up. But again, until unless we will not demand to get this rule framed for under article, this ILO Convention 71, nothing is going to change for the retired seafarers specifically. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So,
I will take your questions and I'll go ahead with few questions from the panel and then I'll definitely.
Just two more people, quickly they will finish.
I would like to supplement to what we just spoke about social security. For that matter, the seafarers who are not actively sailing, they are not even the part of MUI. We are not entitled to renew our memberships. So if someone has to restart his sailing career, it's again a long run process. He writes to the General Secretary and explains the situation, why he was not sailing, and then he avails the benefit. And yes, the health benefit or the social security for the sailing seafarers again is not complete. Only if a particular company is contributing to the MUI, then they get certain benefits. Otherwise, even though the seafarer is
I would say there MUI is a different body altogether. But as I know of, there are too many schemes in SWFS also. But that are not enough. What he has said is okay.
yes, so basically,
we'll pick up the
end of the day, it all comes to the policy, like what Mr. Manoj rightly said. So only when the policy mandates, things comes into action. And coming back to the attitude, just a little bit, I wanted to add, if there is a policy framework for conducting the continuous professional development for the seafarers while they are at sea, because earlier DG tried that for masters and certain ranks, but that was also stopped. So these safety seminars or RPSL initiatives should be mandated. Then we can tackle this problem of attitude for these present generation seafarers. Otherwise, it is just going to be
for that attitude thing also, I would like to add, there is a circular and a DG that has given is about the code of conduct of a seafarer. Now, there is a process that has been written down from them. So it's not that directorate is not doing or we are not doing. Today, that is what the point of the whole discussion was, that we need to collaborate and we need to hear from you what you are expecting from anybody, whether it is the administration or anybody else, and we will definitely take up that point and put it across to them, and we hope that we are moving at least a step ahead every day, every month or so. I would really want one. I will take that question and then definitely come to you, sir. I would like Mr. Narendra Rao to have a question for me. Just 1 minute, sir. I'll put it to him and then I'll come one by one.
We'll come back to you, sir.
I'll definitely come back.
Narendra Rao complete, then everybody will be an opportunity.
Building the future-ready workforce is not only about producing skilled seafarers, but also retaining them. From the perspective of seafarers and their welfare, what changes are essentials to make maritime career more sustainable, rewarding, and attractive for the next generation?
Thank you, Sister Ishwarya. From the last question of audience, my role now becomes very, very vital and important.
And critical.
Being a person representing the Forward Seamen Union, I should be very much balancing, and my contention should also be very careful, I think so. Number one, your question, I feel that there is no shortage of seafarer in India, and similarly, however, there is a challenge for recruitment of seafarers. And of course, there is another challenge for retaining these recruited seafarers in the industry. Definitely, this industry will have a very good opportunity in future. Today, there is a news item from the Shipping Ministry. Shipping Ministry very recently constituted another public sector company called Bharat Shipping Container Limited. Many of the profit-making public sectors like Shipping Corporation and Concor, JNPT, Chennai Davao Seaport, and Sagarmala Finance Company, they have invested 10,000 crore. Now, they have given an order for the Cochin shipbuilding yard. There is a statistics I am having. Within the next 10 years, India will be having 430 ships, for which the government of India is going to invest 2 lakhs crore. So, what all this implies is that there will be lot of opportunity for the seafarers, their recruitment, everything. But where the main question is there, we have to retain these seafarers and those youth who are very much attracted and coming after getting CDC or going training, etc., we have to retain them. How to retain them? Now a gentleman asked the question, what is the social security? If I openly say it won't be wrong, Sister Aishwarya was with me. We met the Chief Secretary of Tamil Nadu. Before this government, at that time it was Muruganandam. The erstwhile Chief Minister M.K. Stalin was there. We made an attempt from Forward Seamen Union, we gave a representation that in how many seafarers are there in and around Tamil Nadu coastal area. Those seafarers after retirement are coming out of the seafaring industry or profession. What is their social security? How their families will survive? So that we have quoted certain examples like Goa, that this, everything, they have to be given some amount as a pension. That should also be announced in that political parties campaign, etc. We met Pinarayi Vijayan at the Kerala also. Similarly, we made some attempt wherever the Forward Seamen Union is strong. Most of the coastal states, in almost all the port area, wherever the major port, our Forward Seamen Union branch is there, we made such an attempt. By this way, we have to try to retain these seafarers. Otherwise, they may not be there. By simply going one voyage or second voyage, they will fly out of this business. So what we should ensure, we are trying our level best. Sometimes we are confronting, sometimes we are having a cordial relationship, sometimes we are having a very good RPSL. In my personal experience. I'm having a very good RPS agent with me, 3 more people are there. They are regularly coming to my office and they are talking to me, discussing them. There is nothing, no problem with them. So we don't want to put a blame on them, but there are certain people are there. That is also like mango story, whatever say. So we should ensure in future, I have taken certain points when these discussions are going, we should ensure the decent wage for the seafarers. These are all the reasons I am going to enumerate for retaining these seafarers. Similarly, there must be a timely payment. We should ensure. We are trying to do that. It is not only a union job. We are all the stakeholders of industry. That is what we are speaking on this forum. We are sitting on the dais. I don't claim that it is a union job alone. We have to. We are all jointly put together. We are all the stakeholders of the maritime industry. We have to ensure. Similarly, secured employment. Similarly, enforcement of the ILO standard and Maritime Labour Convention, etc. And moreover, the zero tolerance of abandonment. So many people have talked over here. Now we are in number 1 on the issue of abandonment of seafarers. That should also, we can elevate that. We can come over that. But we should have some moral and conscious mindset within that, which if we are having that, we will definitely overcome. Similarly, that transparent recruitment, an illegal placement of fees, and skill development, career progression, if all this is ensured, including pension, though it is not last but not least, including pension, if we try to ensure jointly. Some member asked me, a very heated discussion was there, he was posing the question to Civil Welfare Officer. But what I feel, certain officers, they are having their own constraints. Unless and until we go to the street with the people, those who are getting affected, deprived of that, we should give a pressure to the government or policy makers. Nothing. These officers or bureaucrats cannot do any magic at all. They have to get some pressure. From where that pressure will come to them? Unless and until trade unions are organizing these seafarers and going to the street and making halla and this is coming in the TV or video, then only they will do something. For example, I will tell you, I am very sorry to take 1 minute. Yesterday we had one press conference. Very simple thing. One seafarer, he was signed off on May 7th. The company did give them 3 seafarers e-ticket to come to India via Doha to Muscat, Muscat to Mumbai. The problem is, out of 3 seafarers, 2 seafarers were on board the flight. 1 fellow did not on the boat flight. We requested that company, you give the manifest of the passenger, you give the immigration clearance. They did not give us. So finally, we represented to the External Affairs Minister. Now they are giving a reply to us. They have sent the letter to the Muscat consultant country. They are getting the information. If it is confirmed that his list is not there in the migration clearance list, it is obviously we will go and catch the company. So this way, the company and stakeholders, all the people, those who are sitting on the dais, balancingly do something to these people to retain. Question is not recruitment, question is not selection, that this. There are abandoned employment opportunities are there, it will come. Viksit Bharat 2047, that is what the government says. But retaining them, all the points which we have said should be jointly executed, unless otherwise it is difficult in future. The youth you are attracted by this job may go within 1 or 2 voyages. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. There's just one question that I would like to ask to entire.
You're asking for funds. $42 million was contributed by the owners last year as Indian seafarer share lying in London. Why can't government of India ask for it? ITF managed it. Please, as per the articles of agreement and CBA, $42 million only for the welfare fund. Where is that money? Why can't you get into a bed? You went and asked for some chief minister. You could have brought that $42 million to the Indian welfare.
I think we have an ITF representative here. I'll ask Mr. Sushil if you have to answer this question.
So, I'm the ITF coordinator for India. So, you asked something about the fund. So these are a funding what you're talking is belong to specially with the unions who signed this agreement and that belong to them. So if you're a member of that union, you should go to that union who are representing you, and behalf of you that welfare fund has been gone to the trust what they have. Okay, so if you going to do the argument and you will listen to me, you will get to know, please.
No, Susil, let me answer you, please. No, the question is, it is not the question of you go to that union, you go to this union. All the unions which are functioning at the maritime sector or having the joint responsibility, we will take them. It is the joint action that we have to do. For that cause, we are ready to call everyone, whether a union, whether this RPSL agent or this IMF, all the constituent
I would really
jointly
want to
come together.
welcome you
No
to
problem.
Mumbai. Please come over. We will go and meet the right authorities and we can definitely find some answers for it.
One question, sir. Other fund, $15 per month per seafarer for the education and skill development of seafarers, not trainees. Why is it going only to selected few companies in India? Why not all other RPSL agents or all manning agents? Why not? Why are we giving it only to the 8 people?
I will try to answer the first question. The money you're talking of welfare from coming to the ITM is not only Indian seafarers, it's a global seafarers.
No, I'm talking only about 3,50,000 seafarers as claimed by India. We are
No,
supplying
one thing.
3,50,000.
No, Indians, like the money, the welfare fund you're talking of ITF, global fund. Globally seafarers. Now, one second, sir.
Wait, sir. It's a global fund. I also agree. Where is India's contribution? That money is it.
Sir, I would
So
say
in India, we have 5 full-time inspector working for the Indian
years ago,
seafarers.
we had $100 million in Hong Kong. Same welfare fund collected. Nobody claimed it. Are you aware of it?
No, I know about ITF. I worked for the ITF 20 years. So what I'm saying that the welfare fund you're talking about, we have 140 inspectors worldwide. Without the ITF inspector, last year they recovered $55 million back pay. Without this 140 inspector, this 55 million back pay would not go to the seafarer. So you are asking what we are doing with the money. So our inspector, 140 inspector, 5 in India, working 24/7. In fact, I am with Sushi for last 5 days. He's just one second, sir. So without ITF inspector, our seafarers struggle everywhere in the world. Abandoned case you are talking about. So our inspector are taking care of the abandoned cases, giving them the food, giving them the money to come back to India. Last week, 14 Indian inspector seafarers coming from Iran. We take care of that. So you are asking what ITF doing? ITF are doing.
No, I never asked what ITF is doing, sir. I'm just asking what the fund is doing. There are two different
The
questions.
fund is used for this
Where is
work.
the fund?
Fund is used for work, you know.
Equal distribution.
Sir, Dr.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your questions. I
Just
want-
two more questions from people. Quickly, please finish it up. I request questionnaires. So, Jaldi, we are running out of time.
Thank you everybody and thanks the panelists. I have got 3 questions, 3
Oh my
very
God.
short questions. Don't worry.
Please shoot, sir.
Number 1, I will continue from the speaker who spoke about passing exam. It's becoming difficult in India, so they are going out. Okay? So now, what does DG and MMD want? The knowledge to run the ship or to knowledge required to run the ship? Very simple questions. I've got a fantastic master here who is from New Zealand ticket holder because of the same order, Captain Raman. He is in Australia. He is no less. So why he has gone abroad? These things have to be addressed. What you are supposed to know or what you are supposed to know to run a vessel? 2 distinctive questions. Second, everybody is talking about attitude, discipline, attitude, but we are forgetting the aptitude of the cadet. If he has got the aptitude to learn, I am giving you my example. During Maritime, the T.S. Raman and DMT were selected through IIT. So if you are coming under some 250 cadets of IIT, I had passed IIT, but I did not come within 250 of that ranking. So I was given intimation, you please come for the interview for T.S. Rahman. I went for the interview. I said, no, I am not joining T.S. Rahman. I want to join DMT because of the attitude. I may not have been very successful if I joined deck side. Because the aptitude is not there, even if the attitude is there. So who will address this? Third of all is my personal question. Sorry, I joined SCI and I went to Volume Management in 1987. So for 6 years I worked in SCI.
Sir, I have a question, sir. Please ask the question. You are telling your story.
No. I'm asking the question.
Yes, sir, please continue.
Okay.
I don't want to waste my time like this.
Okay. I'm cancelling the third question. Other two questions can be answered.
Okay. Whom do you want it to be answered from?
No, sister, I would like to, because I may not get a chance in the another round, I think so. But before that, I would make an appeal. I would make an appeal for the entire maritime community, because now the season is very, very crucial because of the West Asia crisis and Hormuz Strait and a war between America, Iran and Israel. This time, very many young aspirants, those who want to come to the industry of seafarers, are getting a apprehension. Many of the parents are, many of the parents are telling you, don't do this job. I have personal experience. So this present situation in the worldwide is creating a serious apprehension among the young seafarers, those who are attracted to this industry. So what? It is my appeal. I am going to, I may not be speaking again another round. It is my final appeal. This is the entire team, all in the audience as well as in the dais. It is our joint duty that we have to remove this apprehension. This is very short while it will come to an end. Wherever the casualty, wherever the peoples are getting affected, we are jointly with them, we are jointly with those families, and before starting this session also we have paid our tribute to them. So this entire forum, this committee should take a pledge that we will try to remove this apprehension, this conflict going on in the West Asia war situation, and many people have become victims of this industry. We will try to jointly remove. That is our most industry to safeguard the seafarers. Thank you.
Agreed, sir. With all these things, I don't think we have too much of time left. I will just go to the last question for each panelist now. All of you together at one time. There were too many things actually that I thought of, specifically on the AI and other things that I thought of that I would be wanting to ask you people, but I think it's too much of time taken by a lot of questions coming from the audience side, and I really appreciate that they are coming up with their questions. So one rapid fire question that I would like to ask for each of you. One reform India needs immediately. Each one of you, just one specific that you think that India needs, one reform for our people to join and for the future that we want a maritime workforce. One reform that you think that you can talk about.
Reform in the marine sector.
Yeah, in the marine sector. Same questions for all. You all just say that one reform, and then let's see how we do it. And also, I just have to add one thing. We are talking about so many things here about the pension and things that are. I really think, when the seafarers go on foreign flag vessels, it's a foreign flag vessels, they are sailing out as an NRIs for quite some time. They should also learn finance management.
I was about to say that.
Okay. They will also learn finance management and mental health of how you are resilient to be able to sustain. When you say the people who want to be kept behind, their mental health and their financial health. I think if you have a financial health, your mental health remains nice. That's one thing. I don't know, it is good for me. But I think it is one of those very important aspects that I believe is.
Yeah, regarding social security, I will come to that point. See, if you are all asking about the question that what are the pension to the seafarers? Is the pension system existing in India anywhere right now other than defense? There's no pension to anyone in India up to 2003. See, seafarers spend their money which they earn during the service, during the contract. But has any one of you thought about teaching them about the finance management? No, they have the EMIs, school fees, everything during the service. They don't do financial management, they don't save. And after that they get retired and ask, where will we go? You tell me, where should I go? Where should you go? You should analyze your finances, you should analyze your expenses, right? So we all should collectively enable them to give them a better opportunity, saving plan, so what a finance management. That is the collaborative approach we should give to the seafarers, right? So that is the one aspect we all should look upon. Even RPSLs or even the MTI should put more focus on the financial management of the seafarers. We should educate them. See, it's who is a seafarer? You tell me. Earlier there used to be continuous service. Is the seafaring a permanent job right now? It's a contractual job, right? A seafarer having only doing one contract, and if he is eligible to get a pension, it's a matter of debate. How do we classify a seafarer? A person who is sailing till 50, or a person who has done only 6 months sailing? Being a contractual job, it's not very easy to give social security to, every seafarer who has sailed on board. So we should have a broad approach. See, whatever I can understand the frustration, but we should collectively look upon and have a broad aspect on what actual situation is. And what reform India wants right now is basically many speakers have talked about the digital infrastructure and training. So the training is very crucial because tomorrow is uncertain. Tomorrow there could be vessels where there are no seafarers at all. Right? So what are we preparing for? That is very uncertain. We cannot know. We invested so much of training in one aspect, and tomorrow we find that technology itself is not there.
Correct.
So that is very important.
So that's the future training that you need to be prepared.
Yeah, we have to be cautious. We have to be cautious on what to do and what to do, and global trends has to be followed. We analyze like.
So the technology is good and bad both the ways. It is going to influence you in good ways and bad ways exactly.
In 1980s, people thought computers were the enemy. Right? People used to think that computer will snatch their jobs.
Yeah. That's what is happening about AI right now.
So tomorrow, when seafarers are not on board, some other jobs are created. How to build those ships? We are not losing jobs. The sector is being changed. The verticals are being changed. But there will always be jobs. So we have to prepare our seafarers for that.
Thank you, sir. Same question to you, sir.
I will come back in the end.
Okay.
I want to modify the question a bit.
Oh no, sure. Please go ahead.
Regarding the financial management of seafarers, is it? I know a seafarer, right? A master mariner who sailed continuously till the age of 55, retired, and he is getting a rent of 2.5 lakhs per month. And he said, okay, enough is enough here. I want to relax. So it depends on every individual how you want to retire. And he said, in another 5 years, man, I can get a rent of 5 lakhs per month. I can manage with that, with my savings. So it all depends. The financial management is completely depends on individual.
But it needs to be taught.
It is again the attitude, If you want to get a retirement, peaceful retirement you want, you need to learn. I don't think in this Gen Z no need for anyone to teach anyone. They can easily learn with their palms. That's it. That is what I feel. I may be right or I may be wrong.
Thank you, sir.
Please correct me if I am wrong. Thank you.
Definitely.
This question, can you repeat the question?
I just said that what is that one reform that you see that is happening?
It's very required. So in my opinion, it should be the tripartite compact framing between the MTI, RPSL, and the ship owners. Because the training institutes teach what they can, and the RPSL employ what they get, and the ship owners complying what they arise there, and each one complains other two. So for that to put a full stop, there should be a tripartite compact framing where there is a three structural reform, in my opinion, should be there. Whether the data exchange should be live and up to date, like the requirement of the competency engineers or the masters or the certificate holders should be passed on to the Maritime Training Institutes through the RPSs. So that should be a juncture there. And similarly, I have another point to discuss.
There is one small correction. All MTIs have RPSL licenses.
Sorry to intervene, we are running out of time, so please keep in mind, we are already half an hour.
The other thing is, there should be a ring fence for the cadet berths on board. Like, it should be funded, audited, and it should not be non-transferable, and it should not be voluntary, it should be made compulsory.
Okay. Quite some debates are going on this also in the GS. Thank you, sir. Yes, sir.
I don't agree with all this. What I feel, it is the welfare state it is the welfare government. It is the responsibility of any central government to give a social security for all the working people, whether they are seafarer or ordinary worker. For that, they have to devise a policy. Lawmakers, policymakers, stakeholders should continuously raise the voice in all the forums wherever they could get opportunity to raise the issue. For example, National Shipping Board, what they say, it is a policy making body to give the direction to the port shipping ministry, shipping industry, how to run the industry, etc., etc. But they should say, the seafarer, those who are very hardly working for the development of the maritime industry, but at the last day, anybody, those who are earning while living up to 50, they may earn crores and crores, but at the last day of their life, after 60, getting retirement, they are without any penniless. Even for going in the morning walk and having a tea, they have to depend upon somebody in the house. So we reiterate again and again, we will be fighting for it. The pension facility should be extended to the seafarers. But it cannot be done by a magic. All stakeholders should join. It is not only the demand of the trade union, it is the demand, it must be a demand of all the stakeholders, because we are all for the welfare of the industry. Similarly, government is going on giving so many names in Hindi, English, Viksit Bharat, Dharma, of course, but they should devise some policy. In my opinion, what I say, there must be a policy, national seafarers welfare policy must be there. There must be guaranteed employment for there, and health insurance, and skill development, and continuous professional development, all this must be there. One feel that in my life, economically, I am independent. I will do whatever I want, I will make expenses whatever I want, even after my retirement of 60, then there will be a satisfaction in the job. There must be a serious policy change should come from the government of India. For that, it is not only the role of the trade union, it is a role of all of us, because we are all speaking and doing everything for the welfare of the seafarer. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Well taken. Captain Giri.
Okay, just to end it, I mean, I had a sensitive topic to take, but I think we are running out of
That's
time.
okay, just do it.
So I will just come back to the mere fact that we've discussed about financial awareness and, teaching them. But what about your future? When you want to retire from sailing and coming ashore, why don't you approach your ship management office and ask them while you're ashore if you can go for audits, train yourself, come and work in the office, see how the superintendents are operating, what a ship budget is all about. That will help you settle ashore. That will give you more job security for a longer seafarer flight. Right? That's what I would want to say.
And in the MTI also we have a lack of teaching faculties which I see. We don't get good quality. That is a job that is still available very much across. And people with that kind of seafaring experience, they are willing to come to that experience, and that can fetch them a good. But not saying that is all fetching. I'm not going to take away anything from the pension right now. I'm sure about it. And we'll definitely, I think these things that we have put across to the directors also. So anything else for you to add?
No, that's it. I mean it.
Thank you very much. Thank you audience, and thank you to the panelists. And then I think we'll have this once again, to have much more questions that I was thought of, and there is time constraints. Thank you so much. Thank you everyone. Please stay on station. We will like to have the momentous to you.
Thanks. Karthik, quick. Manoj Yadav on the stage, please. Dr. Al-Takji on stage, please. So, first memento to our moderator as a token of appreciation from Manoj ji and Al-Takji. They are removing the table. Careful, mic is no. Now, I request Aishwarya and Manoj Yadav ji to finish Verma. Now I request our Captain Manivandan from IMU. Captain Vinay Gupta, please. Mr. Narendra Rao so patiently answered all our questions. Thanks for the panel and thanks for all attending. One group already given. So one group photo quickly, please. Requesting Manoj. IVS are also on the stage, please. Thank you. Now I request Captain Raman for vote of thanks.